Hey guys, Tones back. Have a game here in my Type 64, and I went ahead and started this way before we actually start the game because we're on Malinowka, and I wanted to talk to you about the field modifications. And so you have my setup right now, which is just coded optics and rammer and vert stabs, and so that's the normal way I run this thing. I also run 33 standard rounds, 10 gold rounds, and 2 HE. But you're going to see, I'm going to go ahead and let this play out. I noticed that I'm in a tier 8 game, first off. So I changed to 15 standard rounds, 30 gold rounds. And instead of a rammer, I put on binos. Because I kind of figure in this map, bottom tier, I need to give myself every advantage. And I think that this field modification thing has helped light tanks the most because they rely on their sneakiness and their vision more than any other type of tank. So I'm telling the other guys to watch where I go, these other light tanks, to watch where I go. Because I'm going to go to the standard bush that you guys have seen me go to 100 times, and it's going to work out pretty good. Not ace tanker good, but it's going to work out pretty good. So, what is Type 64 decides he's going to cross? I don't know what their thoughts were, but the thing is, from this bush, you can light up anybody that tries to come here, anybody that comes out here, or anybody that's over here. So sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get this back to fixed camera. There we go. So this is going to be kind of a slow game, but we've got 1,000 assists already, and we're just going to sit here on our laurels and watch the game unfold. Because it is a longer game. Tier 8 games tend to be longer, and they also tend to be a little more campy, you know. I just wanted to see if I got spotted, because I recognize that there are 2 tanks there that are light tanks, and so we're able to get a shot into the T-3485 without being spotted. But we're just going to kind of sit here and wait, right? I'm providing lights to my team, and I don't know what my view range is here, but it's insane, I can tell you that, because without binos, I have 445, so it's got to be bumping up to the limit there. And so this poor renegade gets up in the air, and he is in deep trouble. And we're up to 2,500 assist already. Now I notice this light tank is pushing up close to me, and so I get a little further into the bush, and we're just going to stay that way for quite a while. So I don't know what else there is to say about this game, except sometimes when you're bottom tier, you have to play it slow, right? And this is just... I mean, this is crew skills and it's equipment. So I would suggest that you guys really look into getting your field modifications. If you don't know how, uncheck the additional experience above the crew and allow it to gain some experience, and then you can go in, and tier 6s are actually pretty cheap to get the field modifications, although you can't get them all. But they allow you to change ammo types and equipment types, which is, you know, for wargaming it's good too, because now you've got more equipment locked into one tank. But if you play lights, I think that this is the way to go. So we're just moving around a little bit here. It looks like we've kind of spotted everything that we're going to spot. Things are not as lit up as they once were. And so we're just going to change positions and see what we can find out. And part of the reason I'm changing positions is I'm hoping to get free shots. If you look here, I'm covered by bushes almost all the way along here. So that's why I was kind of thinking, oh, if I can get some shots, we'll allow those to happen. But conversely, I'm not doing any spotting because all these bushes are covering me from the side. So we're going to creep up into this bush up here And generally, this yields some good results if you can actually get this far, because it prevents anybody from popping out along here. But more importantly, as that 4 Centurion's going to find out, more importantly, if people are trying to get up into the spotting bush, they're going to get lit. So I am resisting the urge to fire. I really want to fire here, but we're resisting the urge. And the Centurion is just, I don't know. He is not in a good location. Pardon me. So I hope you guys are all doing okay. Hope that this whole COVID thing is not affecting you too much. And there we are. 5916 is popped up, and it's going to take a while for people to kill him. I don't know. He tries it again, which is kind of silly. But at this point, I am certain there's nothing that can spot me in these bushes and in this bush line. So that Centurion's pretty close, but the Thunderbolt looks like he's left. And the Centurion is now trying to leave. And he gets hit for a nice another 300. So that takes us up to 4,400 assist. And we're getting near the end of the assist train here. So I just fired to see if I would get spotted there. And truthfully, I'm not gonna, right? So it's 8-4, game's over. It's time to move up a little bit and see what we can find out. See if we can get some spots on these guys that are pushing. I don't know if from here you can see those guys very easily. But here comes our buddy, the 5916. And, you know, of course, it's now 8-5. Certainly, we've won this game, right? But I just want to see if I can get just a little bit more out of it, right? So notice the SU-100M1 is going. He's pushing out, and I have decided I'm going to push out now that I've got some backup here. And I should have switched to gold rounds here, right? I mean, that makes sense because I'm probably going to be facing a Centurion. And no love there, so... Well, there's a building in the way, you ding dong. So, oh, there's a Centurion. And the T-3485 hits me once, but he played actually a pretty good game. To get into that dip location is really good if you can. It helps your team quite a bit. But that is pretty much the end of the game. So I know it was kind of slow and boring, but light tanks sometimes, especially bottom tier light tanks, are like that. You do not want to overcommit and cause problems. So, and we don't quite get the kill, but it takes us right over that magical 5,000 assists. So let's go ahead and look at the after action on this one. I hope that helps somebody with this map. Malinovka is a hard one to play, and if you with wheeled vehicles, you have to take a different approach. From this side of the map, there's really nowhere to go. It's kind of unfortunate. That side has the advantage on the spotting, and so if you're playing this side of the map, I suggest you go up to over here instead, because if anyone knows what they're doing, you're going to get spotted coming into this bush and get wrecked. So, okay, just a moment. Okay, well, only a second class in this with a patrol duty, and we were at the top of our team, so that's really good in that regard. And we ended up with 7 shots fired, 2 hits, and 2 pens. 233 damage. Really should have switched to the gold rounds. 6 vehicles spotted, 1 vehicle destroyed. 5,165 spotting damage. So that is where the rubber meets the road on this one. So we had a premium account from something. I don't know what was going on. But even without one, 47,000 credits is not bad in 7 minutes. So 71,000 credits, and then we got some pretty good XP on that. So I appreciate you guys watching. Don't know how much more I'll be putting up here in the next few weeks, but sure do appreciate you guys, and we will catch you next time. Tonester out.